But yeah, I still want to talk about like fraudulence and manipulation. I regard to Africa and America. How like Africa is not like a like I don't know. I want to state the kind artistry of like the American side as well. Like, like America's like so-so. Like it's like certified as to being mainly authentic, but you still have like criminals who live here and all, right? Like you still have the presence of con artists who likely want to take advantage of Africa's lacking of authentication themselves, type of stuff. Like if they're confusion, mind game, nickel and diamond tactics, or goals. You know, I don't know. Or we're trying to cipher resources from Africa via some fabricated lie type of stuff. I mean, America is like both beautiful and horrific at once. Alright? Like the horrific side, it's like you got the good and the bad sort of thing. America is mainly good, but you still have the bad aspects, like a few bad individuals type of thing, trying to kind of another place that isn't like evil or anything, but I'm just saying it's you have a lot of corrupt factions over there. In fact, it's like unstable in that port region of the globe. Like it has some good parts or good aspirations present over there, but good aspirations are current over there, but like it's mainly lacking a lot of I don't know. I'm just saying. Just because this place here is like more legitimate in regard to like official documentations and whatnot or whatever, does it mean like this place here still can't con some other place out of its stuff in regard to its other side of of its coin. You know, you got one side of the coin, it's completely okay. Everything is like 1000% fine. Other half of the coin, I don't know, man. It's like a very complicated thing here, and it's just because it's complicated doesn't mean it's like untrue or unbelievable or something. You know, let's like try to explain the theory of relativity to someone who doesn't understand science. You know, like because sounds like a complicated equation doesn't mean it's not factual. You know, like, I don't know. Like some people say that, like if it's a long, complicated story, it's like a lie. And likely, you know, it's like trying to explain the origins or why like things exist or something, right? Like that'd be one hell of a complicated like explanation and all, right? Like the bigger the explanation, the bigger the lie. That's not necessarily true at times, you know. It's like calling like an entire library a lie. So a library has a lot of books explaining things, right? Right, and those are a lot of explanations. A library is a huge, complex explanation of things. You know, I'm using analogies here. So like, you know, this African and American stuff, it's like a very complex explanation. You know. Like, I'm not from Africa, even though I could be half African, because like the other half of my race isn't even present in Africa, and the other half of me, which is African, or whatever, likely African, isn't even found at the other half of where the other half of my race is from. So I'm like, you know, it can easily be like these two things here in America, legitimately, you know, because like America, it has a lot of, it probably has the most biracial people in the world living here, even though it doesn't have the most people in the world living here. It's confusing. I don't know. Like Asia has the most people in the world living there, but here in America, they probably have the most intercultural, biracial types of individuals living over here. Even though Asia outnumbers America 5-1. That's speaking down Asia, you know. Let's just say like America is probably second or third in the economic stature in the world, whereas parts of Europe are number one. Even though America has more people in certain parts of Europe, but if you combine all of Europe together, suddenly the populations are greater. I think Europe has 700 million people. I don't know. And America has 300 million. You know, and Asia combined, like India and China, has over 3 billion people. They make up literally half, over 40% of the world's population. You know, I don't know. It's like a complicated thing here. Census and populace, demographics, nationalities, racial ethnicities, all this other stuff. But yeah. But like, you know, some people that they could be forced to do things they don't want to do. It's like I'm not talking about me in a sense. I'm talking about like some other person of a complicated story or not. It's like a unconventional hostage crisis, you know, like holding somebody captive and threatening to do something like some sort of fear mongering thing, you know. Like force them to be like I don't know. Like people like that shouldn't be like held accountable for anything or held responsible or whatever. I don't know. You know. It's like a new level of sadism. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's very complicated indeed, you know? Like, I'm not a part of this particular thing. It's not in my nature as to doing stuff like this or whatever. So, I'm likely even forced against my own will and or logic just being a part of something that I am not originally a part of. Or I had no intentions of being a part of, type of thing, you know? Like, stuff like that. It's like someone like trying to I don't want to use a robbery or something in this. It's like somebody being a part of something they weren't aware it's gonna occur. Like they didn't premeditate as to being affiliated with stuff. And it happened to be like forced into being in the moment type of thing, right? Like I don't think people like that should be like held responsible for things. You know? It's like a sudden type of thing. Right? I'm like in regards to some weird thing being someone else's premeditation, but like in regards to someone else who happen to have no knowledge of such or no intentions or whatever, and to be part of something, like I don't think they should be held accountable and or responsible for whatever. I don't know. It has nothing to do with like the African gold mine stuff. It's like random things. I don't. It's like my notes, like just chronologizing a visual and audio compilation of like things I like to write about. But I don't think writing is like I don't know. You need something more substantial than writing or not, and like documenting yourself visually. I think it's more credible in that sense, right? Like just random bits of notes. I don't know. I just walk out, collect my thoughts. I've never been forced to do things that I didn't want to do or to be a part of things I didn't want to be a part of. I'm not talking about me in this regard, I'm just saying other people Excuse me. Damn it. Life here in this planet called Earth is very complicated. Like, no one is the same. Everybody's different. Everybody's individual. And that makes like explanation of like life and civilization and societies and all and people even more complicated. Like, everybody's like their own book. Put it that way, right? Book is one hell of an explanation, and usually a book isn't a lie.